Hello and a good evening to you all. Hello, Amajo. How are you doing? Amajo?
Very well, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I thought you were muted.
I'm good, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, good.
Yes. Welcome to Reflections
Good.
for a Thirsty Soul. I'm Yafo October and I have with me Shaila Amajo Adamson. And this is Rise Up Woman, Thursday evenings program. So we are going to, first of all, I will read a little bit from Reflections, then I'll leave Amajo to chat with you and I'll share to groups. And we'll come back and talk about today's topic, which is very interesting. It's respect in relationships. And today we are doing the church. But before we go there, we have a celebration. Reflections for a Thirsty Soul is a year old today. The book came out last year, April 21st, and it was my first book. So there it is. And you can find it on Amazon, Freezing Press, Barnes and Nobles, Google Books, and iTunes. And the second book is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart that you saw in the video. That one came out on March 24th. We do a live on it on Sundays. On Tuesdays, every second Tuesday, I do a practical nyamisem. Anything I read from the Bible that catches my fancy, I come and share about it. So I was saying reflections, it's a year old today. You didn't wish reflection, you were busy. Oh, my phone is ringing here. Okay, so I'll bring up the banner for today, which is, where are we now? It is.
Reflection of the Thirsty Soul have the same birthday as Missy.
Yes,
29th
yes.
of February.
Yes, and there's two classmates of
Yay!
mine who have the same birthday. So at the time when it came out last year, there was only one that I knew of. So I'm like, oh, I associate this birthday with her. So I'm like, oh, my book came out on Ife's birthday.
But yeah.
So you see, Amwakon, she's enjoying herself tonight. So we may or we may not see her. So I'm
Yeah,
going to
happy
read
birthday to her.
we're going to read from page 60 of Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. And it's, I want to see Jesus. I'll explain to you why I read this today. So I wonder what went through Zacchaeus' mind when he heard that Jesus was coming to town. In all likelihood, the people of Jericho had heard of Jesus' exploits in the surrounding areas. Possibly, Zacchaeus had felt a stirring in his heart and sought to meet the man Jesus. Perhaps he was at a point in his life where he felt a change was necessary. Who is this man so full of power who is touching souls all around us? I wonder if he can help me make changes to my lifestyle. These would have been the stirrings of the heart of a much-hated tax collector. Amajo, I don't know what you want to do with it, but I will go share and be back.
A very, very good topic, and I'm so glad you put Zacchaeus because I was listening to a program where they made Zacchaeus as a reference to what they were talking about. And to my opinion, that explanation did not go well with me. And I will put it this way. Before, when Zacchaeus heard about Jesus, already he was curious of who he wanted to meet. And he was curious by saying, I hope this will change my life. So automatically, Zacchaeus already know that I think my life is not in place, and by meeting this man, I will change. So I would say half is Zacchaeus is already prepared towards a change, or already have made up his mind. If I meet this miracle man, I'm changing. So that will not make Zacchaeus change. Zacchaeus to overthink of her change. I don't know if you are understanding what I'm trying to say. So that was why even when he was at the tree, he was so much, because I understand Zacchaeus is very, very short. So if you want to really go up to really see, it's a determination of how the force of how he really wanted to see the man. Do you get it?
Yeah.
He walked towards seeing him, and that and working towards it yields fruit. So I would say it's not a miracle. He was prepared to see. But in this, well, I would not even go there to even generalize things. So people shouldn't see you to be, oh, Zacchaeus saw Jesus Christ and that. No, Zacchaeus was ever ready and prepared. Zacchaeus already know that, okay, well, I may be a tax collector, I may be rich, I may be everything, but I think there is a certain part of me that need a change. And Zacchaeus, on the other hand, was ready for it. And when the time came, he worked towards it by, I imagine a short man climbing at the top to get to a whole top to see a man who he's dying to see. So yeah, that's serious. That topic. That's how I'll put it.
Which means that he already, like, it's not like it was something that was a work in progress.
Yes, he thought
because
about.
he was leading up to there. He'd been thinking about it, and then he heard, like, of course, maybe Jesus he had heard, and he goes, "Oh, who's this man?" But he was preparing himself towards it. Hello, Ajoa. Welcome, Miss Odo. How are you?
Other one.
Yeah. So this is it today.
Yeah.
For me, where is it again? Today's topic is respect in relationships, and we are dealing with the church today. Actually, you know what? Maybe let me edit it, because when people come on, they may not know. They might want to know.
Topic.
Yeah. Respect in relationships, the church. That is our topic today. So this is how I'll start that. We in our community, we were raised with Christianity. We all know the story of how we came and were colonized by the missionaries. It's funny, even when I was growing up, I used to hear Basri, 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 and I go, what is Basri? The Presbyterians, they came from a town called Basel, Basel, Switzerland. I'm like, oh, okay. So we have the Orthodox churches, Methodist, Catholic, Presbyterian, Anglican. Those are the four main ones that I know. So time went by, and then we started seeing the advent of the charismatic churches. They are
charismatic,
hey, but you go and you pray in tongues and fire and miracles and all that. Yes, which is fine. In my family, some were Presbyterians and some were Catholics. I was Catholic. But more recently,
I was Catholic too.
Yeah, more recently, I was saying to my husband that, knowing what I know now and knowing what I've seen, maybe I should just as well have stayed in my Orthodox churches. That's how I put it. Yes. And because, it got to a point, like even in those churches, they are spirit filled. You can, you don't need to go to this here, but there's things going on there. The word of God is preached and lives are being changed. And on a sad note, even more recently in March, 2 classmates of mine had passed away. And I'd had to watch, because I'm far away there in Ghana, I'd had to watch the services live. One was a Presbyterian and one was a Methodist. And when I watched the ceremony, I thought, wow. And I go, okay, so what was the fuss about? What made us all change and run away from, to these other places?
Exactly.
And then now it would seem,
because we realized that we didn't miss anything much.
Yeah, and I was saying that, like, some of the charismatics, like whichever churches, those that came after the Orthodox ones, look, there's no problems with them. We're not here to tar anybody with anything. We're just here to have a frank discussion about things that go on in the church. because right now there's abuse. Like, this is how I put it. We were colonized by Abrofono, but right now we as Ghanaians, we as Africans, we think that we know God more than they do. And
Oh
to
yes.
me, I always say that if knowing God and being a Christian and being a believer was a gauge or a yardstick for nation development, then Ghana should have been at the top, because
Oh
we
yes.
are so full of our own, how righteous we are in God, and so pious, and so we tend to be so hypocrite. We almost knock people over the head with our brand of Christianity. But I ask myself, are we
Yes.
really living Christ-like lives? Like, what has happened? What has
No.
gone wrong? The reason why we're here to talk is, this
Everything.
is what I was saying to Mama Joe before we started. We've become, it's like, I call it mindless Christianity. As soon as you walk into the church, though, you throw your mind away and the church takes over. And then this business of
Yes.
being Christian has taught us this learned helplessness. We don't help ourselves. Look, today I don't have my
No.
Bible. I left it on the table over there. I was going to lift up the Bible and say, the words that are in the Bible, we are not living by it. Are we reading it? Do we understand? Okay. And then
No. We
I'll come to the
twisted it
fact
all.
that you are a human being. God brought you on this earth for a purpose. The difference between you and the animal kingdoms is that you have a brain, you can think. Your mind is supposed to help you achieve what in life. Where did your brains go? What happened? Amajo, any thought? And before I go on, sorry, before I go on, I'm going to say, you can only help people by speaking or giving them the benefit of your experiences. I have been in 2 of our churches, a total number of 13 years. I always say 14, and then Nana will correct me and say, Mom, it's 13. So,
Okay.
and with our people, the way we are, when you say things, people say, oh, they are talking about me. They were saying me. We don't know how to accept things. I am somebody that I will say the truth. I'll put it out there the way it is, because the things I made, the church also made mistakes. Things that I went through, if I speak up about it, it will help somebody out there. So,
Yes.
Amajo, your thoughts?
You know, ma'am,
Mm-hmm.
when I came to this town, actually, when I landed in Canada, some people were very fortunate that coming to the Canada was like, oh, you coming to live with your husband. Some
Mm-hmm.
people came with their parents brought them stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. Me, on the
Mm-hmm.
other hand, I came, well, there is no mother here or no father here. You get it? Well,
Oh,
my
same
my
here.
brother was here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my brother was here, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't land at where my brother was.
Yes, okay.
But like I said, just I am me doing me first before anything. But
Mm-hmm.
when I wanted to go to church, I realized
Mm-hmm.
I look around, saw one church building, and then I was okay. Tomorrow I will go there. And then I
Mm-hmm.
got there and I saw just for about 4 or 5 old people there, and I was so just 4 or 5 people in this church, and then I sat there and then I left because I was smart. The Catholic is in me, so it was a
Mm-hmm.
Catholic church. And it was
Mm-hmm.
just that quiet and that boring and just old couples. So I was, maybe I didn't see the time very well, though. Okay, I'll try another time. I went the second time to the same dead meat, 4 people, old people, nobody of my age, nothing. I was, what is going on? Okay, I left. So I stopped for a while. And then I saw another church. I was okay. This one, I think there's a lot of people. So I would get. Then about a month ago, I try another. The same old people. Even they were a lot, or a lot. The number was a lot more, but the
Mm-hmm.
same old people. So I was so just old people goes to this church in this country. What is going on? I'm just questioning myself. Like I said, it's not like I'm with my dad, mom, or anybody for me to question more
Mm-hmm.
until I finally met. got to know someone, and I was talking about church. And the first question he asked me was, "Why do you want to go to church anyway?" My ever first friend. And then I was, why would you say that? Is this that mad? Yes, why do I even want to go to church in the first place? I was here because back home I go to church. I love church, I'll make friends. I talk back home. I'm the member of the Ladies of Marshall, so I want to,
We're going to marshal it on here. Hey, are you okay? Get some
And then he
water.
was, yeah, I've been coughing for a few days now. I don't know what's going on, but I'm good. I'm taking my vitamins, so I'm good. So I then he said, "Look, my mother was so devoted. My mother did everything. My mother loved people. I didn't know anything about community service and how people are involved back then because it wasn't something that is very common back home. So I didn't know all that. And then she questioned, my mother did this, my mother did that, my mother did that. Then my mother fell sick and died. So tell me, where was God? After all this, my mother died. You see, so I was okay. And as we are talking, we are sitting at the library. So I'm just looking at her. I was, hey, so I brought for more sorry. Yeah. Into one minute, we do one sorry. Maybe I may
Yeah,
imagine,
makes
maybe
sense.
no.
Yeah.
And then it got me thinking. So I see, why is God in all this? So you see, I kind of an open mind. Where be imagine now I have to think to different barriers. So yeah, I'm also thinking, yeah, I lost my mom when I was little. My dad had been a very good man to all of us. My dad refused to marry because of me. They said they did all that they could to hook me with a woman, but he refused because he said somebody would come and maltreat me and all that. But as soon as I finished school, he also passed away, and I found myself in Canada. So yeah, now you see, we're being argument to me, so I'm also thinking that direction. Okay, but after a year, I moved from Quebec City to Montreal. Then, boom, Ghana for draw so me who you chrome for and not knowing this, I know that. You share, yeah, sorry, yeah, there. Now me who me chrome for into me who Ghana for sorry, and I'm a Kobe. Now, I don't know, just one Sunday. I didn't like it. Well, I enjoyed the music part where I saw everybody dancing on our own clothes. I wanted their manager home, but something didn't call out with me with it, and that was it. That was it. And can me try. I don't know what did not interest me in it, but I'm not doing this anymore. But that question keep ringing in my mind. Why is God on all these things? If truly there is God out there, so that question was actually in my mind. But if you are brought up for you to believe, you might have a question in your doubt there, but you still pray anyway. And like I said,
Yes.
it was only me
Yes.
living on my own. So yeah, I will just continue to still pray and just do my duty. I'm not harming anybody. I'm trying to. Nobody is controlling my life at this point in time. But because of
Yeah.
the training in me, I am trying to just be focused and do as I have to do. And since then up to date, but then yeah, I like I said, when all my single times, I knew Mr. Menkwa sorry, auntie. And now listen me, I'm doing me Sunday cram most of my courses that I did, most of them were even on Saturday and Sundays. I would just go. And then I wasn't a big deal anymore, but I never stopped praying.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. You see, for me too, my story was when I came, I was told, "Sir, but for the racism in corner, but how until now I wasn't really bothering. It's me born pie with me team.
Uh-huh.
Because you are raised with born pie because me no be and me start to call Ghana for ceremony. So all I used to meet is these self-righteous pomposity people who almost they grew up in the church and they know this, they know that, and they are spiritual and they are that. I didn't have when my mom switched from her Presbyterian to this other church in near Maniama or Nenam baby no, or person in Biafanya. I mean, I'm saying, look, I know this God, but in my, me co school, I say, me co school crown, me co fat taxi, I co Cape Coast. Oh, I'm 30, me da me case, I'm 23, they me really baba check. Now I'm praying in my head. But because I only used to, before Canada, I only used to go to weddings and funerals or things like that. I feel me wow, one day go brass. Something happened to me. Me papa Fimuna, he very early. He was only 62 when he died. And that was a shock to my system because then I make us almost 70s, 80s near the end to me coffee by now I was questioning a lot of things. Until it's that time now I did 3. And I'm a bad boy and also well, he's a man now. Me call Ghana time and me papa if he muna me call Ghana at the same time. So I had to bring him to out there. A cabby break goods me by and I was thinking now. Me started honor me they started quite sorry. And open air sorry sorry before we money until that's what like me my friend says sankofa until they can say in one of my books somewhere my church said it learns a whole new meaning of train a child in the way he should go, and when he grows up he'll not
depart from it. Yeah.
Because no so the and say we tend to force Nyamisom down our family members' throat. Oh, yeah, me buy so soon. I'm saying, say you pray for them, you hope that everybody does, but Yantin maybe I say the way I have one on my city, or they'll leave you alone. Because oh, yeah, you have to. I'll continue to pray for you. Na abrofo aso no ye kɔ saa but me ko hu say Mekonya Ghana for sorry koye no na eye me do pa because it was like somebody I knew na omo ate aso ne ye kobi. But the music and the dancing and the preaching and the prayer no ti e man pa bomu eye din. But then it comes with so many things. Ultimately, divisions, but like I don't know, sorry, they don't have issues. But with us, our cultural beliefs, it comes into play a lot. Then it starts to influence things. No, we are coming. When you're suffering, like all kinds of things that are going on. It becomes so difficult. And then when you are in those situations, those times, excuse me to say, Mikaisa, I remember that one lady, the entire Mama is accused. Or no, I'm so coffee or copper, or no, one of the first people feels, I saw him, feel on or call here. And see a Debbie me who no me call me hawk or try, dear no. I'm saying, no, what is say, afraid the answer your fee, or catch me say. Eh, Kaisa or cat me, or see, or name me Kasa, and I mean Kaisa or catch me say. Me catch and so I'm a Zacchaeus and I want to see Jesus intermediate me nemu. And I'm so sad. I'm saying, yeah, I'm sure I said it, but at the time, no, you didn't know what was going on. And no, you're not explaining this on your call fear or kobuse
Put the light on, please.
Or kobuse then I realize it's a one-man church. If it's one you be China wako baby enya one man is into your jai call the Pentecost. The question that I want to ask, what am I saying? And I make crap saying it wouldn't hit you, it wouldn't strike you because there's something there that we become, is it brainwashed or oppressed with it? Say you do bonnet cross something that doesn't seem right, Krana. You just stay put and you are in it, and you don't think you have any options. And as some of these churches, so I make who feel castle film we are born pire go so say corner cool. They do that because you've dared to live, you become an enemy. See, the question is why all this? What is going on? Why all the what's really going on here?
Auntie, yeah, we were most were fooled. We thought that is the only way for salvation. Most were persuaded. Most were hypnotized. So to the point where they see nothing.
Hypnotized. Yeah, that
Yes,
too.
Auntie, yeah, hypnotized, because you can only be hypnotized for somebody to tell you eat grass and you'll be eating. Hey,
Oh yes,
eat
certainly.
for the Lord, and you'll be eating grass when you are a human
Mhm.
being. So, and they see, if you are hypnotized, you see nothing wrong with what is
Mhm.
happening to you. You are only acting according to what you think is right.
Mhm.
And like I said, yeah, but our entire focus and everything became church, church, church.
Mhm.
If you happen to be one person that stand up and say, no, this shouldn't be like this, you are seen as the devil.
Yes.
You see, no matter how you say it, because everybody is seeing this way and you are seeing this, and we also happen to be people that everybody might see this way. Once you are seeing this way, they think you are not
You are
listening, you are
evil.
not paying
Yes.
attention. Yes,
Yes.
instead of somebody to say, oh, you also look this way, let me also look to see why you are looking. We don't do. We only think everybody should be like this. So once your focus is like this, you are out. We will turn
Yes.
against you. We will not ask you why. We don't even want to know why, because they wouldn't even let you to ask why. You get it? So that was
So
what happened. That was what happened to us.
it's like brainwashing, like the respect. It's
No,
almost like it's a command and control environment, like the boss
water.
is in charge
Drink
and
water.
you can't question anything. And so it almost seems like you lose yourself. You lose yourself. You've handed over all your
Yes.
power. The church takes over your life.
Yes.
I have a
Mm-hmm.
family friend, my very close friend's daughter, and
Mm-hmm.
she had told my daughter Nana that she's made up her mind
Mm-hmm.
that she's not going to give herself
Mm-hmm.
all to church today, meeting this, that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But our people, when we hear things like that,
I am.
when we hear things
Mm-hmm.
like that, we think you're a bad person because oh, church is important. Why would you say that? You don't like your whole
Hey,
life
hey,
is
hey.
supposed
Take it off and put it on the table.
your whole life, your whole life is supposed to be church. And there's nothing like you don't leave anything to yourself for yourself. Your family is not important. All your social life, everything is church. And when that happens, and there's times that I've seen people, there's church programs, and they don't even they don't come to it. And I'm like, oh, how on earth can that person say they are not coming to the church program? Everybody is supposed to be there. But the person doesn't care. He went off and did his thing. But we don't know that. You see, the way we were brought, I talk about the culture because we were taught that respect authority. Penin kasa akola anka. So you can't say anything. We've taken that into the church. So
Yes.
the church authorities become our father figures, our mother figures.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We give them more regard, more respect than even our parents or our husbands, or they take over your life.
Yeah.
And so then this is where if you are not conscious and you've given yourself over to the
Mm-hmm.
church, then the abuse of authority comes in because they
Auntie,
treat you anyhow, they talk to
yeah,
you anyhow, and they think it is okay.
Auntie, yeah, during when at the age of, I don't know if it is 10, if I was 10 or maybe 12, 13 was when we had to do our catechism to have our first communion.
Mhm.
Then during this time the catechists at the church will want to force uh, every child to go in, right? They will come
Mhm.
to your house, at least to come, like those that are very determined, they want to come to your house and pull you like that. There was a
Mhm.
guy with a bike. My dad used to have a motorbike, and I'm all either behind the motorbike or in front of the bike.
Mhm.
So you see, that's why the love of the motorbikes come from.
Yes.
So this
Hello, yeah.
catechist. Hi,
Hi.
sis. We are
Obana.
meeting here.
Obana.
So this catechist want to pick me and another childhood friend who is also a neighbor called Believer together for us to go to the church. She gave us a ride twice. There was one day I didn't go with them. When they come back, Believer said, catechist was saying things he doesn't understand. So I was okay. If you don't understand, go tell your dad or mom. Believer was bold enough to tell me, no, my mom wouldn't listen. But me on the other hand, my dad listened. No. So you see, catechist played with the wrong girl that day. That day, catechist doesn't want me to sit in front of the motorbike. Catechist wants me to sit at the back of the motorbike. So now, sitting at the back of the motorbike, catechist is biking. Then a little bit, he want to put his hands back to touch me. So I was catechist guy. He said, "Oh, you didn't believe Akratias here." Me say, okay, Messi waha. My stubbornness starts from when I was then, because my dad would listen to anything I say. So I was, believe Akratias here. Okay. So this is what
just
believe.
I
Not believe I catch me no. But essence me gonna me papa tie me. Believe I saw no ni mommy won't tie. This story is still ringing in my ears like yesterday. So you see, me I get you know another week. Cat kids by me say me nko. Me pass here be say I want you me do me nko baby me be on my me papa right away. Okay, I'll see on amunya. So Jamai ba or no penna or kasa yenya bibia kasa yenya nti of course you time. Then I told my dad, say, so me move. Maybe I make because my dad listened to me.
Yes.
And I'm a believer, said, ni mami inti believer uncle, but me menko. My father went ahead and spoke with believer's mother. Whether believer's mother listen, I don't know. But I realized a believer the also quiet. But me, mankobio.
You see the things we do to our children?
Yes.
Your daughter spoke and you won't believe her.
Yes, it is then. No, now say young crofogusu kasa say, yeah, it's an uncrophone chain. Uncle, mu sorry, ahomachi, ebe niemia ya ukoka ya so why ya kola pony. Omu beta chita unko come see come to kola pony. You see?
Amajo, make us say Mincho. My two girls, I don't know, a few weeks ago, they were talking because so musano ni yatako yakoha we fie party yako omo uncle ho ebusuafo yako say. Until that time, no, the groups na near woman no, and almost catch and say, and almost catch and say, it's a wonder. Like when they think of some of the stories they hear right now, it's a wonder. What if something had happened to them? Ultimately, because before we've said this before. Amajo say abrofuko baby. Now said there's a gathering. There's always some activity for the children. But when party is freedom for all, and man
baby jollof. Baby jollof with because he am planning towards Maya or the only plan. Hello, me say before na me nyam no na me started sorry no. And na me who say microphone no mukuta mba no before no yeah sorry ni be 30 minutes na nkwala ni tete monche nti ya ka say edusi ye be ka nyame sama na nkwala na call mu Sunday school that first 30 minutes no we ya kwala ube hu so obi draw ube hu so obi your patch draw ube hu the obey painting painting they are busy. So we ukwa yan sorry no man kwala ni ye dede na ye de
now you see we take our behaviors now Yes, suban yeah, they call assortment that we don't manage or control it, right? And it seems to like because like I call yes a power trip. Me na me yeah sorry penny, me na me yeah deacon, me na me yeah saint, and we get so puffed up and then we start to treat people badly. We don't show them any regard or any
And
respect.
almost
Just
the
me
equal
say,
mama.
yeah. Say you kind of saying Samuel, Prophet Samuel, yes man, no say Uncle anointed one of the sons of Jesse. I say, oh, who Eliab? No, oh, this is a fine man. Say, blah blah. Nobody was thinking about David. Yeah, line. Say, answer no busa papa ne say. Is this all? Are these all your sons? You say, oh, back on no dran for no monko fan into
Yeah.
your barn him. Me, I sorry them, unim. I thank God say me me kwa abrofo asori na ebribiom okoho a omo ba be visitation to omo be fie na maami abrewa bi ni two of them na omo ne me bo mpae na I was able to speak in tongues. And I sorry them first before asori na me call and I sorry them no sofo no ono so be fa Samuel trait ni bi o preaching obusa say who here speaks in tongues me cast me ma me saso no. And all you say, hey, you this Dr. Adam or Abubakar, whoever you are, please get off my platform. We don't do these things here. Thank you. And you know, I say, me should comment, no, so I mean, who pon block it. And I say, yes, I know, me should need him and fino, but me timona me can't say, one year subai.
Yeah.
Omono back, okay, they are the ones that these people love. And oh, you are too quiet, oh, you are too this, then they discount you.
Yeah.
You need to should if ever. Now,
No,
only
yeah,
one
pe
other
who obey
thing,
the actual
yeah,
yeah.
yes. One other thing too that I know, say in a sorry one, a sorry is supposed to be the place. Aha, yeah, baba ho. I mean, where yeah, baba ho. And you know, I feel a sorry is supposed to be the place where you kind of say yeah, for Bible know the way we read it, Nadia. That's where you are supposed to nurture people because who are so you can't do everything. You nurture and grow people according to
Yeah.
whatever is inside them. But sometimes they don't want to know this. They want to be in control. On himself, also for to me, you know, say some people they are Ubeka Bible and you know we know more coach here. And
Yeah.
to make us say, oh, your software, not say your oh, your software, not say your flock knows the word of God. Shouldn't you be happy? That's what it is.
No, only the umpire because they want
Because
to be the
only,
only person
yes,
known.
yes. Now me meti hono, share. We in a year can't no Rebecca said this is not a grammar hobasi, but I have to say it. Do you know? Hello, message. Nice to see you. Message, do you know what I do at home? Unim hwɛ yɛn nkurɔfoɔ pii a lot of us yɛsɔre a ne yɛafatam yɛ bible ne yɛakɔtena asɔre dɛm ne yɛayɛ yɛn ho ayi bi yɛne yɛyɛ biribi ɔsɔfo no ka sɛ biribi a kekeremi ne mɛyɛ nso so no bible wobusa ne sɛ ayi wɔ he koraa ɔntumi nkɔti scripture bi
No,
nkyerɛw nyamesum is between you nyame but me no
yeah, yeah.
ɔte saa nature paa they want total control me no masɛm baako a mɛka kyerɛ agyidifoɔ no sɛ you have to become a Berean Christian. Read the
Yeah.
Bible for yourself.
Self.
Nti me no unim atɛmdidie meti yɛ ka ne sɛ asɔre hɔ no ɛkɔyɛ te sɛ deɛ woba na wogyenge wo a wowɔ sika no wo ne yɛbɛma wo post anaa yɛbɛma wo whatever. That's how it goes.
And I want
Na me
we need the tight book ni ma so for ni mu.
Into the mean, I take the time. I do my every morning. May me devotion. What you say? I'll do my devotion. I'll read my Bible. I'll do whatever. I do it for me. That's what I know. I've disciplined myself to do it. And she said, "Oh, can Bible quotation? That's a minimum." Hey, oh, so munyame, miss me, so munyame. Is there any competition? Should Osofo have to say that to people? Well,
Yeah, can
and
you
I
imagine?
said, who call a different environment? You name say bibi till mo, but they don't want to use what yes, Rose you use wa. Ubaba beye
Yeah. Yeah.
Amajo, you're the young commercial and media feel quite
Okay.
I don't even I don't even know which way you kind of say where are we? I don't even know which way to go anymore. It's very disheartening and disturbing. But it's too much. Hello, and we are back. And so here's the book again, The Beauty of a Woman's Heart, that came out March 24th. It's a very good read. The reviews are encouraging. You can find it on Amazon, US, Canada, Germany, Spain, Italy, France, Innovi Books, and different other outlets. As well, Reflections for a Thirsty Soul is a year old today. This book is also an inspiring book. You can find it on Amazon, Friesen Press, Barnes & Nobles, Google Books, and iTunes. So if you have just come on, our topic for today is respect in relationships, the church. This church business, it will probably have to take a few, I don't even know. Yes, let me read Ajua's comment and then we'll carry on. She says, when it comes to our society communities, there seem to be more disrespect and dishonorable behaviors in churches from top to the bottom. There are some church leaders, some couples, some singles, some youth in both genders misbehaving, sexual acts, molestation, rapists, pedophiles, liars, thriving 419. So this is exactly what goes on. Like for me, first of all, YAA Russell had made mention of time. There's no respect for anybody's time.
Mm-hmm.
Church services are supposed to start at 10:30, and yet our churches are the churches with shifting time.
11:30.
You sit there 10:30 when what do you call it? Sunday school is over and they see you, oh, nipa my and let's wait for people to come. What about me that I was able to be there on time? Is my time not valuable? I had a family member, he would get so frustrated when we went to what do you call it, ministry meetings, and you are sitting there waiting for leaders to show up, and he's like, my time is valuable. And the thing is, even when they come, they don't even apologize. You see, like we have these values, we say we read from the Bible, but we don't apply them. There's no humility from top to bottom. Like we don't know how to say sorry. Like how the other day we were talking, I forget which topic we were saying. We say if you do something even to your child, you need to be able to apologize to them. It doesn't matter me and how many years old I am. If you are wrong, you are wrong. You say I'm sorry. Because if you don't know how to apologize, relationships are never going to be built. Relationships always
are open your door for you, and if you don't say thank you, they will say thank you to brush it on you that you didn't say thank you.
If I do something for you and you don't say anything, I'll say you're welcome, and then you remember. So this time business, right? They expect you, if you don't go to prayer meetings, problem. Should something drastic happen to you, like somebody die in your family, we've all been there judging people and all this. Oh, this person doesn't come to prayer meetings. This is why this happened. Then the clobber, like our Christianity, we hit people over the head with it. It's like you have a big log, a wooden log near the that, we condemn and we judge. There's no love. There's no love. And for me, if you told me, Pastor, the Ghanaian type of Christianity was the last bit of Christianity on earth, and I don't have any other options, I'll just tell you then, please, then I'll stand here quietly.
I will look at somewhere else. Me,
knowing
me
what I
reading
know now.
Quran.
Yes,
Me
because
reading
this
Quran,
is
me reading Hare Krishna.
well, the thing is that technically, you see, we say what it is that you can't go talk about somebody's faith if you don't know
Yeah.
what it is. Into
Yeah.
one now, person church say Christian need the way, you know. And so where other people are coming, you have to
Yes.
have knowledge about it before you develop your plan to go and evangelize them. Now, if you get up and I'm holy now, dear, you are a sinner and
Yeah.
condemn me, and
Yeah.
that's all
Yes
that
is
we
the
know
best.
how to do. Then again, the culture kicks in there because culture and train people how to talk softly, harsh, abusive tone. And
Yeah.
like I don't know if it's part of the colonization, no, say slavery mentality. No, we don't know how to be kind and gentle. And
No.
one say, Kim, it's a bit disturbing. It's a bit disturbing.
Yeah.
Did I?
It may be a trauma. It may be a trauma that was descended from generations to generations, because at a
Yes,
point where people are yelling at you and you're not even supposed to look into their faces. You are supposed
yes,
to have your hands at your back
yes.
where you are only there yell at. So
Mhm,
imagine if that is the only way you know how. So
mhm.
ours is a trauma. I'm saying trauma is part of this
Yeah,
whole thing. Yeah.
and we didn't deal with it.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
So then again, coming back to the time,
Mm-hmm.
you are expected to spend all your time
Mm-hmm.
in church. Like I say,
Pray, pray, and then
in
we
Ghana,
don't we don't we don't know how to organize. So we don't know that
no,
if today is singing and the next day is Bible studies, the other day have to be something for yourself. We want everything to
no,
be. So before we
every
realize,
day is
Monday to
occupied
Friday is all about the church. So
church.
you
Yes,
ended up forgetting your own life. So if
yes.
somebody is trying to talk to you, say, hey, just how you sorry, and then we'll call prayer meeting, or china will come make or
Mhm,
china music then they now
mhm.
kaka.
We
Because
don't
the
have
sense that no
time.
na call ya dreaming you don't
Yes.
you're not seeing it. You see that me so many me a person will see me heaven crying. You see
Mhm.
it's the me say if that is the only for a lot of people in their
No,
entertainment joint is the
I,
only place they think they can sing and dance. It's the
yes.
only place they think somebody can see what I'm wearing, because we are more concerned about what people are seeing us rather than what we are doing for ourselves.
Mhm,
And it's
mhm.
your be or her they be or pam to my for because me shepama are sorry for and yes or no share I'm an fatano.
Mhm,
Or no, they are sorry for the best share no more back no I the concern. And
mhm.
how do you win people's favor? Ghana no. Obi a they be out in bed. They be on no tia sorry them. And they be on no or ye bibi on no timi kasa. Wuni ebu. Inti even
Yes.
so be or her na so bet me aye. Na so nipa no onko every day. Or no quite be a Monday to Wednesday. Yeah, because already they are not tia sorry them henti on no bet me aye. Wow, just maybe 3 days in a week. You will not be considered.
Yes. Well, but you know something, we have lives. Yeah, Ghanaians, no, we're not very social beings. Yet,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, brochi, but our life is only three, or
Yeah.
it could be two. Or quite Juma, or quite
Uh-huh.
sorry,
Quite
your
sorry.
best
And
that's
mhm.
all. If you are not a church goer, then it's just work and home.
Yeah, we don't do
You
any.
know,
We don't like
the
activity.
thing
No.
about it, they say, we are
Mm.
social beings. Our children, there was a time that somebody was even judged, saying, "Neba," I think they had to take their child for soccer practice or something. I say, oh,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you have to be careful because those things will become a distraction now. But you can't worship God like
Yeah.
something. I can pray in my head that you don't know that I'm praying in my head. I do that
Mm-hmm.
a lot. When I used
Yeah.
to go to work outside, no, metebas, if I'm not reading something, I'm praying in my head. I don't
I
need to be
walk
inside
to
the
pray.
church.
Yeah.
You are the temple of the living God. As you are
Mm-hmm.
walking, you can be praying and meditating.
Yeah.
And when what you see, and then the
Mm-hmm.
hypocrites and pretenders, no, woman, no, they don't know. So no, or ba sorry, or ba if you share name, yes, I do
Mm-hmm.
our if you share name no more, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in
Mm-hmm.
ya be brobo ya who no maybe. You know the
Mm-hmm.
bullying that can happen in the church. Uh-huh. Let me say, na me say, yeah, me mercury da. You be catch me say me nim empire bo. No na oti ho na wo ka se asem no. Me share your lifestyle. I won't worship God anymore. Oh, you know.
But auntie Yadabio, and yes, mpaebɔ na winni mo. Because bomb fire hearing that is a need to know what fun is
Yeah.
who know.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, my Joe, me the thing about it, Nisa, like I explained in the beginning, no. Now me know be a me youth, mo me tete I sorry them all the time. I'm because say, oh, me na be a Christian in my panty. These ones they feel so superior, so almost so hypocrites. Hypocrites. Oh boy. Anyway, hypocrisy, them says a standalone topic. And you know, like the abuse that goes on, no, in the name of authority. Today there's a flavor of the month. One our your favorite, or chia say tomorrow this. Like bitterness, divisions, factions. Will be a beginning a pamu if you are sorry, sa koko. Like just you ask yourself, why?
Yeah.
Why? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anna, sir, sir, won't come and call you Pemua. And that's a
Oh, hello.
yet.
Regina to
Thank you. If you are not part of their group and doing their bed now, if it's something that you want to do differently now, they will now see say, oh, be before front of a person the bow.
No. Who are you?
Because we are different from what they are doing. We don't even want any change. Your person,
Yes, Ajwa, I wanted to go back to this colonialism, no, because me can say, me mommy age group, no, they grew up in that era. Ultimately, some of the leaders, no, mabubon kokra no muti chrome hono. They have that mindset. They are not moving away for new blood to come. Into mechanism, it's been filtered down to us in different forms. So we've twisted it and making it worse. That's where I'm coming from because
imagine, Sister Joa, imagine just a Christmas tree. Or be better seeing them because some calling na and no na emma calling na happy. Na the back as on pen. Now the ultimate and they say, oh, and then I'll give him. Oh, we are nim. Can you imagine? That is what he sees. He refused to see any possible internal trauma. No, yeah, we are building one head. They say, see nothing wrong with what everybody is doing. Don't see the other side. Again, we just want to do what we do, and that is it. If everything is want to be different now, no free him no person way no the back home. But yeah, who say, oh, I default from being no the boy. Yeah, she said no such a saying. The Emma Abrofu, ma, the Emma Abrofu to me. I'm coming. The Emma Abrofu to me, I am more open to listen to others' opinion or anything at all you want to say. They will listen is because they want a change. Every constant new ideas, and until they will force. If you're talking on your mind, I kasanenti let it out. Dear, unya so kasani ya brewase.
Amajo, I'm sorry I'm because it's here. I've been going there for 2 years. First, no more near ma Michelle. Like that time you could drive and go to a meeting. And so me winter time because you see everything is online. And in they've been doing a women's class and I've gone to it. It's a 6 week a year. Now could do what? Like you talk freely.
Yes.
You talk freely. They are so open. They are so loving. Just say, yeah, but it's not about you personality. It's not necessarily. Young Crawford walk a Marco meeting our banker. We yet to me, we are coming. This has happened. Do you get what I mean? We don't.
There's yes.
And we don't want to learn. Yeah, you talk freely. There's another one that just started this Tuesday. You can offer your opinions. You talk freely. That's how you get to know people. Like, I mean, I say problems in the whole. Say, I'm not part of the India, I don't know, but almost it's not like ours. Almost they were taught, little children, they are taught conflict resolution from Omun Kolabremu. Into BB part, they know how to resolve it before it gets out of hand. As someone now can say suggestion, when you suggest something now, they won't take it. And let me tell you something. And yeah, maybe who now can. It's just you foresight to so yeah, wow. Make I said, I sorry about one near war. There was guy back open and not bought the guitar every time, guitar. And I can say, oh, sometimes we need to see who's good at things and have a backup. And there's somebody, oh, can you answer? A bansu sunipani fi asoro na fe ni yehwehwe be right?
Yo.
And listen to this one. There was something too that another example said. A family member on one volunteer say obey papa sorry obey yes say. But the point is not only another person, but on no, oh yeah, that's something. Regina, thank you. No corner aha. And you know, you're kind of saying what it is, they say. So nobody should tell you. So money nipa no aba mo beto nyu mo be practice mo wia obi nka nkyerɛ ye nyina ye nso mo ne mmoa ye ne member na ompopa ha no mo obi ahwɛ no twemtwem no mo twam no omokɔ not even that po na nipa no po na ne yere awo nti every time me hwedi na me say sa nipa yi no nti oja ne family no ko clinic nobody can. How can we do this? To make media, what I know, they say, Bibi Wahona, I feel it's a good idea. I sit down and I write you a short proposal. And I'm a Troy. The next thing, no, me take something from the pulpit. And I'm saying, oh, many and them just say, oh, can be big crying. You feel so only obi, oh, any bray obi. And I'm saying, sure, me many bray why. Wow. We play these games where today they feel say, oh, they're supposedly you are a favorite, you are not anymore. Into who saw maybe a time now you walk away. The next time when you preach, some people when they see you talking to them, they see if you don't know the truth, don't say things. Wow.
Auntie, haven't you noticed that a young pen at your church in the suggestion box anyone and I
yes, there's no suggestion box. You can't suggest anything. You can't suggest anything because you know. Only baby, you catch them. Until yeah, mommy penny, and you be na who esa oka. Can you imagine? Did you hear what I just said? Yes, oh, your mommy penny to who be beer. You shouldn't say. And you came to the wrong person.
There was once the Redeemed Christian Church of God. Two ladies were fighting about who sings the lead. Meaning about two league before. And no being to lead if you now sorry na fenwaba. Into your new super so leady. But can you imagine so the two of them will work together. So okay, and you know next week now it ended up being a fight. Oh, you know, I lead. You intentionally come up early to come pick up the mic so you can lead. I was missing. I say, me, I'm not coming. No, once one they invited me, I get invited, I will go. But Sunday, I don't want to see it again. And you'll be no catch me, and then you'll be. I just advise myself, wait them in Pebium. I just told myself I don't want anymore. I want to learn different things altogether. That's it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm dumbfounded. I mean, to me, because you know something, we don't allow people to grow and be themselves.
No.
It's almost like you are a human being. There should be liberty, but something that is missing in our churches is liberty. And you can't speak up. You can't say anything. Even people are afraid to speak up because what I used to do. This is what I used to do. Say your meetings are not be so something is being discussed. Me to hold me say, I have a feeling that people have a question about and your Hong Kong, do remember anywhere because I know say people, yes, right, yeah. You see people, they are very nice people, very whatever, but just pick up keke no. I have problem.
Planning soon said that group.
I'll be the one who will ask.
Your planning is also not good too. On say Ghana, the Ghanaian Presbyterian Association in Montreal back then. No, Obroni bi na ye call together. Inti yabrafuna sorry point and pa na in a little while not be before no so your but they try to maintain one pastor. Now before ni better who are only one place. Not just say before no doors or eche abrafuna. No more doors no more your margin say. I say the more doors they are quite a number. Into your person what it should have been fair enough some catch a pastor and say your person yet see your home echo baby fufro na epia ben said your pastor and G woman na ye be abom together no they didn't know how to do it ubeje di say that crow pastor na choir na chese be before the nyina ati omo ho akọ bo mu kuo so mo ye omo sorry aya kakra pipa ene ka o omo anya omo adin so omo best about the pastor in the back no they say na omuti omukubi ye omusi omukwa ye omugana Presby Church. You. Okay. Am I okay now? Ye omagin so omukoti omugana Church no. Leader no come no oye very good. Now or training getting involved with everybody. Push you obi amane kwa sorry no. Omusi onu nye ordained Presbyterian pastor. Now what ye obi a or Canada ha no. And Kabaya fine enough for say, Yabeka say any Koneko Sia dear no. Nebra, getting ordained in Nebra, nothing nebeli because you were the leader, you organized, you did that. Oh my no. I know more drop it or no say see the Omo readiness. See your coffee ordained one from Ghana near the neighbor.
You are
winning. The ordained one from Ghana no sooner say oh sorry, hi ni diamond. A pair baby on the reading about a whole lot of nonsense no more and then they left that man alone. When a big topic among the Ghanaian Montreal thing, Namugusukana, then Namoye saying Nasufana, then Namoja Sabra Winkwa, but Brawe, some refs on also a major key organizer. Inti one to point me admitting no mind yes, can only be for be mom every Ghana diaba. Yenti amo no momo what system that I know it's yano. Come ya call for a pastor and buy na yabe afeni yabe pe baby amana na with all that not just organizer way while organizing the other microphone the fan call. So it when it comes to planning, no, so no. As soon as we are not open to learn, so what can you also do? What can you also do? Bring this to the table. As soon as we don't do all those things, Nintino. I know, say now but I'm not sure, say whether it stand or not. I don't know. But the conflicts around it was just too much. That shows how we don't plan, how we don't brainstorm, how we don't get everybody involved. If you're a leader, that is all it is. The rest of you just come. That's all. You know?
Your question baby, I'm saying baby like me no, if I want to know something now, and you're medical fire, I go to the shop and say, so far I don't understand this. What does it mean? Then you explain to me. I'd rather do that than go and be So people won't do that. It's one actually nobody any paboni. You know something that hit me? I can't go into the details of it, but there was something that was going on with me. And it involved a family member of mine, a private situation. Okay. And I feel you can't na me ba and na worry some okay into your consulting me this and that and that. It do point I feel BBC and no Becca chair me say, Mom, do you know what they think of you? Do you know what they are saying about you? And say, hey, my child is my child. So now worry some babeto menimwa. I acted based on the information I got from him at the time. What am I saying? So no, I and I so call back to the year. That is his issue. But at that point in time, no,
I have to, and you're taking care of your son.
No judge me. Now no be me ho. I don't know if it was early this year or late last year. Me jina me mirror, me bedroom mirror, and na me say, hang on a minute. Na me buafu me huefu, and me say, ready for me bonny chemna. These people who were accusing me said, I said, they mean me person me go me bawari or something. No, almost one more go be our intimate holding. I'm saying the hypocrisy. Hypocrisy in the door, so we have to live by what we say. Don't judge people. Me kind of draw comment. There's a few. Now me young to us, but we probably have to continue next week. I draw say traumatic events are event effects a different way emotionally, even with time. However, it's important for those affected massively in their past experience to start working on themselves to fully heal and not allow trauma to define them. It's not going to be easy, but many of us are more inclined to play the victim role for sympathy. Some are doing it unconsciously. It's like many enjoys failure than success. Yes, or try or be failing, and try cry. I just say, where's Brother Jill? I miss his productive comments. Hey, me if you man send it to him. I don't know where he is. Next time, and our Regina said, we Africans need to grow and learn from the society that we have found ourselves in and put our thank you. I know the Edika.
Our selfish way somewhere. Yes.
We can expand our horizon. Sure. You can't say be say what people should realize say it is an individual thing. Me, the last Ghana sorry me film no 2 years ago, say 3 years no. 2 years before that time, no, na starting huni maybe every time I may catch them and say heaven now, you see a person call heaven, and you was sorry na do be call heaven.
Yeah.
And you was sorry, nyamesum is a personal relationship, and yeah, obi oba sorry, obi jina ho KKK ye dede na, or ye hwehwenim na, or ye yi ne chese obi ye din wo ho a, no more classify so we dey hwe ni mu, what you say. You will sit there and I mean me come asem say I said I don't want to worship. You miss the environment of saying paibo hey gidi gidi near, but what it comes with, the control and the lack of respect for your person as a human being and your mind, pono. And I may make her say, and near man, me yes, say no. Metia sorry them na me yes say uncle be a be criticize say because anything that you are doing should be for the church.
Yeah.
Because me ministry meeting as na me see I can say some people are starting me post near my metro near my me publish a book me try to catch them and say, oh, some people are doing things for themselves, but we are doing things for God. Nyame said you should come and occupy till he comes. He didn't say I should occupy only in the church. So they are living out their potential. They are doing what they have to do. To me, no, I'll say it as a testimony. Say, I've done more. I think I said it one of the other lives. I've done more in the 3 years. I made 13 years of before I surrendered than I ever did if I was still sitting in those churches.
Yeah, you wouldn't have been
threatened by you.
Yeah.
They feel threatened by you. Just give your money and shut up.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
Yes. A pastor doesn't want to give away for a junior pastor to take over.
No.
A junior pastor is trying to find her feet. A senior pastor doesn't want to push you up. Not thinking that if I'm not there, you are there. You have to be fighting yourself. Just as you mentioned, a guitarist or back for the body guitar or no choir, like that. Or back for the children's service you'll be sorry, I know a time about hey cop. Sorry, I know a time about or being I didn't saw Babuano. I don't know.
Sorry, meeting 10 you're on time. You don't know what is going on. Now your problem. Castle you want to take a breaker. Yeah. Me I can't do it. I can't. I can't.
Yeah, we are only thinking about what we are wearing to church because this one will see us and talk about our dress, our purse, and our bag. Sorry, you see the reason why I refuse to blame our ignorant people said they are part of the problem. Why I said, did you almost get free woman, Sam? May say, sir, if you are hypnotized in your brain, What you know is what you know. Everything that comes is less. So what dreams the son? Say, yay, Ghana Momo Party, I don't know because I don't know until because I see the son say, also your junior pastor. Want to know how without questioning say, which one is my intake? This is what I am 24/7, and this is what I'm bringing it. Which one is what not say my won't be sasa until you are 40 something? Meanwhile, this is kind of your job. Were they thinking? Why did they wait for that long before now picking up?
Amajo, that is the culture in which that's what I was talking about.
Hey,
If you
because
want, if you
I
tell
trauma.
yourself you should have left long
Sister
ago.
order to my say I trauma. The reason why these the indigenous people are still being working on it because they believe that intergenerational things that
Yes,
we're doing to them is affecting the little ones that are
you have
coming
to
now.
heal. You have
So
to heal from
if we are talking about trauma, this is where we are coming from. If would the winning man is abide by the rules, let somebody lead you. Don't talk. You have been traumatized with it and you live with it for the rest of your life. Until say you are ready to change, you don't know where you are heading to. Until say be a bomb nice to wake you up. Okay. It's not going to work. And where we are coming from, that is all we know. We also from Mamia, who pen and kasa ya final. Also for my main assistant, also for my main assistant to crap and so also for my main and can say and talk about. I didn't know person taking me place. China me once and a wakasa.
Amajo, who suggest bibi krana, and yes, say ni sorry, no, into the do it again. Now,
That is trauma enough.
hey, Esther, hello. Or see, there's a saying that the church is like a hospital where people go for healing. But these days, some people who go to this hospital come out more sick. How do we change it, especially in a Ghanaian? Oh, thank you. Exactly.
Because the church is already
Victimization, bullying, abuse, power tripping. It's so sad.
And shut up. When you come out and you want to talk, you'll be suppressed. You have to shut up or you are curse the devil.
Amajo, I think, sir, we have to continue this next week. Joe had a comment. Look, this is what I'll say. If there's an aspect of church, relationships that we haven't talked about, you can send me a message in Messenger. But I put some things down that next week we should probably talk about hypocrisy, finances, hypocrisy/condemnation, finances, application of the Bible, leadership and organization skills, liberty. What is your worshiping men, not God, and what your current experience is. So if you have any more, just DM me. But it's a very broad topic, and that there's a lot going on. People's mental and emotional. Like there's people that they've been into different situations. It's almost like you go into these situations where they capture you, you're in some bondage, and then you have to almost get out or go and be deprogrammed.
The leaders they call them Papa. Mama. My pastor, my lady pastor, I call her Mrs. Susie. No, Mama. And whenever Mrs. Susie want to visit me, Mrs. Susie and I can just walk into, and then there's a corona, but we don't even go out anymore. Mrs. Susie ni me, yeah, call Mary Brown or painting, me need to call Mary Brown. And I said, Toby, and they put on the no, but let's just share. That's how simple it is. Now, so yeah, Papa, yeah, Mama, we are saluting, we are bowing. We are bowing.
Oh.
Some of them are bowing for them.
No. We will talk about this, and then we need to come up with some solutions. Like, you know what? You need to tap into your own brain power and think for yourself. Yes, mental enslavement and programming the mind to be in a trance. hypnotic Niyama. So yeah.
What is it?
We have said a lot. It's been an hour and almost a half. So we'll continue this topic next week. But we thank you all for coming. Miss Ajua Odo, you kind of say, Ya Russell, Regina, Esther. Who else have I missed? Anybody that I've missed, thank you kindly for being on here. We'll be back on Sunday with Ajua. We're doing friendship. Ajua, we're doing friendships on Sunday. Your topic, we'll see you on Sunday with the Sassy Girls, 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And do get the book. It will bless you. All some of these things that we're talking about, there's questions in here. Amajo, your book.
I'm taking it.
Another Sunday is coming, okay?
I'm taking it by surprise.
Oh, a miracle is going to happen and it's going to fly to you.
I'm taking it by surprise.
Miracle should just appear, or should I do what is it? Should I do some magic and let it appear there?
Yeah, do magic and let it appear. Just as you did the magic and then your order came true. I don't know what magic you did.
I don't know. So, yeah. I'll see if I'd known you were going to be on for, but I would have come through and. Well, this is what I meant. So, we usually spend an hour or an hour and a half, so we are getting to that point. Like next week, same time, 5 o'clock. We'll probably. Sorry, it's not 5. It's 6:30 next Thursday. So we'll probably go to about 7 or a little after 7. So if you think you can join us, Ajua, then do that because
this one is our broad topic, so it's good.
Yeah, so you can come next week. So thank you so much. We'll be back on Sunday. Take care of yourselves. We
Have
love
a good
you.
evening.
Bye-bye.
Night night.